Welcome back to SpaceLink TV. We are live again, and today we're going to talk about UFAH, United Family of Anomaly Hunters. We have a page on Facebook. We also have a group, and in that group, there's been posted a lot of really nice, good, interesting anomalies. And I want to take you into that group today, have a little look around, and see what's been posted in there. As usual, I got my chat up here, my live chat, so please feel free to comment or participate in the live chat and chat with me in here about some of these anomalies we see. We are up at the start. We are on UFAH group, and I am scrolling down to the first post here. That's our live stream that's actually going on right now. So if you go into UFAH group, give us a like and a comment in there also. We got a post here by Laszlo Sabolics. I hope I pronounced the last name right. That's posted. Great picture. A tool. Yeah, maybe tool question mark. Are we looking at a tool on Mars? I think it's a great picture he's posted here, and it definitely makes you think: is this a tool that Laszlo is showing us here? It might not be a tool. It might be something else, but it definitely worth having a good look at. Laszlo is a group member in UFAH and has posted a lot of good posts, and I'm sure we're gonna see more from him later. But a great post from Laszlo, and I have already given him a good like for that one. What else is going on the UFAH group? We have the live stream yesterday we did, where we are looking at the connection between Mars and Egypt, similarities in images from Mars and Saqqara. It's a 1 hour and 29-minute long live stream, so we ain't gonna play it now. But go in, have a look, and see the similarities between Saqqara, the pyramid complex in Saqqara, and the images streamed back from the Curiosity rover on Mars that have constructions and mounds that look exactly like what we are looking at Saqqara. It's really interesting, and I can only recommend you to go in there, have a look, and see what is going on on Mars, because this is a good live we did yesterday. We got a post here on the Baltic Sea anomaly. Let me get it up here. It's also a good post. It's a little preview I made a while ago about the Baltic Sea anomaly. I'm making me and my partner, wife, are creating a documentary. It's about 1.5 hour long, and we decided to do a 30 minutes preview of it. It's a little bit untraditional to do that, like 30 minutes of an upcoming documentary, but we choose to try some new ways of showing people what we are doing. So we hope when the documentary is out that you would like to see the full documentary, but click on it, have a look, and give it a like and a comment on Facebook also if you want to. We got some group members that are posting some good stuff. This is posted by Michelle Lovelet. Sorry, I hope I pronounced it right. These are orbital images from Mars, and I do recognize them right away. These are very interesting orbital images. Let's have a look at some of them. You can see these formations of what looks like sand dunes, but is it sand dunes? What are we looking at here? I think there was a colored image, also beautiful images. So this is where I like going to the UFAH group and see what our members have posted, because I saw, let me just close the picture, that there was a link down here. Let's have a look at that, because now we can actually do our own research of what has been posted in the group, and let's make this group fantastic. There is a link to it, and this is from Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. And here you see the two pictures posted on Facebook, but if we scroll down, there's an ID here saying ESP and a number. Let's click on that. And here we have the full size image. Let's have a quick look at this one here. This is the full size satellite image. So you can go in, click on the link, find the image, and you can view it in your browser. You don't necessarily have to download it, but if you want a better quality of it, you would have to download the JP2 version of it also in the link. But this is one of the reasons I love satellite images. I can sit and follow these formations, and it all looks very, very strange, if that's the right word to use. Uh, Feel free to comment in the YouTube live chat. We are live, and I will happily chat with you about Mars and the pictures we are looking at here. We are looking at a satellite image that was posted on in UFAH's group on Facebook. So that was a little offspring of what you can get in the group when you go in there and look at the links. We are back on the Facebook page again. I'm just going to do a quick sound check here. And we are working fully again. You never know, it's live technology nowadays, but we are back on UFAH group again. And here's another post. That's the boat on Mars. We did a live on it a few days ago, and this is an amazing picture that keeps coming up and coming up, coming up and coming up. Go in and have a look at it. It's a YouTube live stream video we made a few days ago, and it's great because it is showing anomalies that's definitely artificial constructed, and you see what you're looking at in the picture. I see a bolt, and I see an image of a profile, a corner profile that's got even more profiles on it to keep the structure stiff. I remember the same kind of structure when I worked at a concrete factory when I was younger, and we did ceiling profiles, and it kind of had the same structure in the corner all the way around, and then again a cross structure in the middle to strengthen it up. So this is kind of like a really, really, really good image to look at if you want to see something that's for sure ain't natural. Have a look at the video. It's a good video. It's a live stream we did a few days ago. We're scrolling down again in the group. Here is Laszlo again, and he have made many, 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 many good posts. Thank you, Laszlo, for that. Let's have a look at the picture here, because that to me looks like a spoon. I don't know about you guys, but these are some of the things we see on Mars, and that the anomaly hunters around the world are posting on our page to share. To me, that definitely looks like a spoon. It could be a rock, of course, that has some color that makes us believe it is a spoon, but I do admit it looks like a spoon. And the example he put up on the right side, it's very close to what we're looking at in the picture. So is it just a natural rock? See, Laszlo has posted a Gigapan snapshot link, so why don't we have a look at it for ourselves now we're here? And we're jumping off Facebook and going back into Gigapan. And here it is, the object. Is it a spoon? Is it a little shovel? And how big is this? Let's have a look at it together, guys. Please feel free to comment in the live chat on YouTube here. We are live, and I would happily hear what you guys think we could be looking at. Is this a spoon on Mars? I do admit it looks like it, but if we zoom out, we can get an estimation of the size, and you can see the top of the rover in the back, in the bottom. And let's have a look at the spoon again. I would say that this one is less than 5 to 6, 7 centimeters, not much bigger. So it actually has the size of a little spoon. So the size is with us on this one here. Great gigapan, and what are we looking at? Let us just zoom out. I think this is Curiosity from MSL 1419. So it's about 2.5 years into Curiosity's traveling route on Mars. That's a great gigapan. Thank you to Laszlo for providing us with the source to it so we can go and have a look at it for ourselves. And please visit the group and give Laszlo a like for his post. And there's, as usual, always a lot of comments on Laszlo's post. He's a popular man here. Here's another one. And that is also from MSL. That means it's from Curiosity, from its day number 3401 on Mars. So this is from the last few months, a few months ago, I think about 2 months ago, a month ago, 2 months ago, it's taken. Uh, I see what he's pointing out. He's pointing something out with two shiny dots on it, or white dots on it, that looks like a light source. Uh, could it be? It's a good one. And again, Laszlo has provided us with a Gigapan link, so let's use it and click on it. Here we are. Let's zoom out and have a look at the object in the middle of the screen here. This is the object that Laszlo pointed out. It is an interesting little object, and it do have these two white, round, different colored front on it, uh, circles, white dots. It looks interesting, and it definitely deserves an extra good look. And it looks like it has a rounded top on it too. It's definitely a strange shaped object. Looking in the background, you've got slabs over here, and there's something here in the front that doesn't look quite natural either. This is a good snapshot by Laszlo. Go in, have a look at it on the UFAH group, and you can hear I'm getting silenced here. I just saw something here. What are we looking at here? It looks like actually like concrete surface with 3 holes on it, like the top of something ventilation shaft. Oh, hey! Thank you to Laszlo for pointing this area out and that anomaly out. And as usual, we can go on and on and on looking at Gigapan. So I have to stay to our little Facebook group project today here. I'm gonna give Laszlo a like for that one. See the comments again. Laszlo is a very popular man on UFAH. And again, another interesting one. What are we looking at? There are two objects that's dark in color protruding off the ground, and they do create a shadow on the ground. That be a rock? I think this is a great catch, because there's something to it here that's not right. Because when we are looking at rocks, they are not long, slim, pointy, and sticks off the ground. They are like normally like rocks is a rock. I don't think we're looking at a rock here. We have seen other pictures from Curiosity and Perseverance where there are tube-like objects protruding off the ground or in the ground, and you can see them lying on the ground. And I think that might be what we are looking at, some kind of tube, pipe, something something that I don't think it's a rock we're looking at. It definitely creates a shadow, and it's clear to see that the size and dimensions of what we're looking at here, it's not a massive rock that's creating shadow. It's two things that's coming off the ground and creating that shadow. So what are we looking at, that, and what could be underneath the ground? What could be underneath those two spear-like objects coming up? We never know. And again, Laszlo has posted a gigapan with it, snapshot with it. Here we have it. And that snapshot is actually from that gigapan we were live on yesterday, where we made similarities between Saqqara and Egypt and Mars. Funny enough. But yeah, here you see it clearly, the two spear-like objects coming off the ground and creating a shadow. And just to confirm that the shadow is correct, you can see on the other objects that the sun in this case is coming from the north, upside in the north of this picture, the top of the picture, and it's following the same directions as the other shadow. So it's good enough. There is a shadow to it. That means that there is two objects coming up, and I have no idea what that is. Could it be some kind of antenna or something else? Yeah, I think it's amazing. Credits to Laszlo for that one. Feel free to comment in the live chat on YouTube and participate and tell us what you think we're looking at. And while looking at these two spear-shaped objects, just look on top, just above. That looks interesting too. The shape of this rock, it looks like it's hollowed out and it's more like designed to contain something. That's an interesting gigapan. And if I zoom out, because I'm gonna be honest with you now, I spent 3 days on this gigapan up here at the pyramid, and I haven't even looked at this one at the bottom yet. This is how intriguing these gigapans can be. So yeah, they are addicting. You get addicted to it. So, but yeah, that was the spear-shaped objects that Laszlo posted. Thank you to Laszlo for that one. And we're gonna give him a like for that. And a little comment. Great find. We're back on the UFAH group on Facebook. We are live, so you can scroll down the wall together with me. And here is a post that really intrigues me. Really intrigues me. It's by Dolly Dawn Deeming. It's my wife who posted this from a good friend that has filmed this UFO, and I think, if I remember correct, this is from Los Angeles. United Family of Anomaly Hunters is not only about anomalies on Mars or in space, it's also about anomalies on Earth. Like we have UFOs and we have ancient sites. So everything that is an anomaly is something we cover, and I admit I love the UFO subject. I am deeply addicted to it. Just look how that object that was filmed here is disappearing. That's amazing. That is a great post, and I can look at that UFO for hours and hours and hours, sit and following it, trying to get a better shot. Let's try to take it up in full screen here, so we can get a better view of what I'm looking at. And we do see that object in the sky. That is a great little video. It's about a minute or two long. And these videos really intrigues me as an anomaly hunter. What are we looking at here? Because I'm used to talk about life on Mars, life on the moon, life in the universe, but that uh, extraterrestrial life we see here on Earth, like we do, I believe we're looking at extraterrestrial life flying a UFO, and it's been filmed here. must come from some of those places. We in UFAH are trying to show you Mars, for example, the other planets, life in the universe. Great video. Thank you to Dolly for sharing that one. It definitely got a love heart from me. Go in and give it a like on the group and share it if you like it. You have to go down again. Here's another one that of the Mars post that intrigues me. That's a satellite picture again by Michelle Lovelet, and it shows these uh, I would say amazing formations because we're looking at sand dunes according to NASA. Are we just looking at sand dunes? Here's some other formations. See, here are some of the dunes close up. I think some of them dunes because I've been on the satellite image on this one before, and I've looked it through a long time ago. There are some very, very suspicious areas among those dunes, and if you look closer to them on the satellite images, you'll get the feeling that it might not be what you think it is or what you've been told it is, and I recommend people to have a look at it. And again, this is why I can spend hours on UFA group. There is a link down here. That takes us straight into here, and as before, you see the two pictures posted on Facebook, but we also got the full satellite image. And this is where I get caught because now it's going to take me an hour before I come back, because normally I would have to look through it all because it is very, very interesting. Here you can see the full satellite image, and we can get closer. But as I said before, if you want to get really, really close, you have to download the JP2 image of it, which is easy. This first one we're looking at in the browser is in black and white. It's okay, good quality of what we're looking at. Here you can see the dunes. Is it dunes or is it not? Let's go one back again. Because as I said before, if you want the real high resolution, you gotta go down to this one saying JP2 and download this file. I'm not gonna do it now because it's gonna take me a little while and get it up and started. So I'm just telling you what you can do when you follow these links you're getting in the UFA group. Great picture, absolute great picture, and I love when we get it with the links to it. And here again, another great satellite image showing the Martian surface. See, I love these images. These are beautiful images, and already now I see square formations and things that looks like it deserve an extra look. You see the area of Mars when you see it from above looks so alien, and yet again it looks so inhabited in an alien way. When we are thinking of civilizations on another planet, I think 90% of the civilization here would think, oh, they got houses and lives in houses and farms like we do. I don't think that's the case, not on Mars. Uh, but areas like this definitely make me think we are closer to a civilization, and I would love to take the link up and just have a quick look in the black and white. Let's open it up and we choose the non-mag. It's a okay resolution. It's not the best, and as I said, you have to download it to get the high resolution where you can zoom in really close. We can only have an aerial overview here. That's not bad. Look at this, guys. Amazing. I already see stuff here. You have a plateau here. You have a construction of off we go. Thomas is off. He's on Mars. This looks so inhabited when you see it from above. ancient, old, but inhabited, and you still see the shape. This is not natural shape. Look how it's all flattened out here and around it. All this here, it looks like it's added later. This is an amazing little one. But I'll promise you to stay on the group post today and see what the members have posted. But we gotta have a little look over here because I love these pictures. It looks so shaped. You got some geometry down here as well. Following, you got something down here as well. I would love to download the JP2 and after this live and dig deeper into this one because it's definitely interesting. We are still live, and feel free to comment in the live chat on Facebook and tell us what you think we could be looking at. See, this is a great satellite image we're looking at, and we got a hill, a mount over here that looks interesting. I gotta get off this one because otherwise I'm gonna stay here for hours and hours and hours. Here we have Laszlo again. Let's have a look at the post here. It looks like a creature. Well, yeah, to be honest, yeah, it looks like a little fairy or something like that. I think we are looking at a rock that probably have some color difference that is creating this pattern. But I do agree with him. It looks like some kind of creature. Absolute, yes, it does. And again, we have a Gigapan snapshot link. So let's click on it and see what it is Laszlo is showing us today. Oh, I think we skipped. We kind of jumped. I think. Let me just try again. Here we go. And let's get it up in full screen. This is the object Laszlo was showing us. And when I get it out a little bit out on distance, it actually looks like it's triangular shaped on the top. This is a nice one from Laszlo. Really nice one. But I gotta get it out on a distance to see the shape of it. It looks like it's got a triangular surface, and it does look like there is something in front of it. I don't necessarily agree to the suggestions of what it is, but I love it, and it's a great anomaly for sure. And again, just look at the background. There's something up here that doesn't look right. There's a see, and thank you, Laszlo. Let's zoom in here. Here we go. Here we go. Here is a block, 90-degree angles all the way around. That is a building block, exactly as the same I mentioned in the last 4 live streams we have been going here on SpaceLink TV, where I'm talking about constructions on Mars that is covered up in some kind of plaster or sand, some kind of compound. And I said yesterday that you do from time to time find these square blocks laying around in the sand. And I just saw this one, and it just confirmed what I said yesterday, that construction was on Mars. And it probably was blown apart sometimes, and you got pieces shattered all over the area. Where my arrow is now is where that little square block was. Look at the area over here. As I just said before, it looks like something blasted it all apart and it was shattered all over. That does look very interesting to me, seen from an archaeological perspective. When you look at a site uh, that you want to excavate, there's something over here that doesn't look natural either. That's not natural. That's not natural. It looks like a shell, two shells on top of each other, where the top is open a little bit. Hang on a second, guy. I gotta ask Dolly about her opinion on this one. Hello, would you like to bring her up? I was looking at a picture of Laszlo here. My wife is sitting in the background. We're working as a team, and she's doing some TikTok right now, and I'm doing a Mars here. So
what are we
coming
looking
in, we are looking at that object we have here.
Ooh.
And I said, like, it looks like two shelves lying on top of each other that's open.
Okay, well, it looks like it's got some edging to me, like
Yeah.
it's a broken basin
Yeah.
of something, because
Yeah.
you can see an edge. Can I use this?
Yeah,
With a,
point with the mouse.
I can see an edge here, and I can see an edge here,
Yeah.
and a here.
Yeah.
But it's got like, it's like a...
It's like a lid on top of something.
Yeah, it could be. That's a good
I might
thing.
sound funny, but I just thought about our old barbecue we had, because it was like metallic and round,
Yeah,
and
a bit
lid
rusted.
on top.
Yeah,
And,
I can see that.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Really nice one.
Sometimes I like to look at another angle,
Yeah.
and then, but I look at the shadows. What shadow is it casting?
Is it? Yeah, that was the thing about the shadow. You said it correctly, because if you look at the shadows on the other parts of here, you can see, and again, that the sun is shining from north, northeast. That means above, from the corner and this way down. And that means that this hole here should actually be lit up, while the backside, where there's a shadow, should be shadow. There's shadow here, but there's no light here, and this is kind of what interests me.
Can I point something out? This part here is thinner. This is something that's like thin, where this side here looks part of something else that it's connected to like there.
It's broken off.
It looks like it's so.
But at first sight, it looks like two shelves on top of each other. But looking at it again, the bottom shelf is the same color as the sand. So could the sand be playing as a trick?
It's lying on top of the sand then, isn't it?
It's lying, so there's no bottom shelf, as I said before. That's the sand. That's how quick you can end up saying something that's wrong, because it takes a minute or two or three to adapt to the picture before you see it again. But the top here...
there is an object. But I tell you what has just caught my eye, and I don't know if you can see it. Look at this here. There's squares in it.
Yeah.
And you can see sand through the squares.
Yeah.
Well, what is squared? That's a bit... It almost looks like a chain.
It does.
Sorry, I had to point that out.
Yeah, please do. And if you look in the bottom of the side here, there is a rock that looks like it has a structured surface that's kind of looks artificial. But yeah, that was a little input. Thank you for the input.
You're welcome.
It's very much appreciated, and you guys out there are welcome to comment on live chat here on YouTube. Let us get back to the UFAH group on Facebook. That was a Perseverance rover image we were looking at here. So back to that was the post. Don't forget to give it a like. That was a great post. We're back on UFAH group on Facebook, and here's another post. That's one of an older one of mine. Not that old. It's a few weeks old, but it definitely shows some kind of rock that has a shape that reminds me very much of the marker stones that we have on Dartmoor, that was placed by the ancient Neolithic people near their settlements. And those marker stones are thousands and thousands of years old, and they're not always perfect. There can be a little slant to the corner like we see on this one. But if you look carefully on this one, you can actually see the line over here. If you zoom in on it, and you can see that the top is almost symmetric, not completely, but this side is out of order. So if you can use that word, it destroys the symmetry. And this is what I'm saying. I've seen all the marker stones exactly like this. They're not perfectly symmetric, but they all have one thing in common. They have a pointed top on it. And this object, let's see, I posted the snapshot to it here. So let's have a look at it on Gigapan. Here it is. I'm just gonna see, my phone is, my live chat here is open. Yeah, here it is, the picture we saw before. It looks like a pyramid top, but the size taken in consideration when we are zooming out on it. And this is Perseverance rover. You can see the track over here. We know the Perseverance rover wheels are about, is it 40 centimeters, 45 centimeters wide? I think that was about it, 40 or 50 centimeters, 40 centimeters wide. So if you take the size of the track over here and compare it to the rock, I'm just gonna, that's over here, yeah, will tell you that this rock is tiny. We are talking that less than 6-7 centimeters wide. Here it is. So we can come pretty close into it. So this from one side to another wouldn't be more than 5. It's a little bit hard to say, 5 to 10 centimeters, maximum 10 centimeters wide. So again, if that's a marker stone, it's a very tiny marker stone, but I can't help finding all these things that resembles what we already have on Earth when we look at our ancient sites and our ancient places, uh, our national parks, and all these wonderful places we have. But again, it's a pointy one, and it looks artificially shaped. It could have been made for another purpose that demanded or took that it was that size small. There could be more of them. We don't know. But it's a great picture from Perseverance. Well, you can go in and get the Gigapan link on UFAH group and have a look at it for yourself. Zoom in and zoom out and see what you can see in there, because there is a lot. And when you find stuff, please post it on the UFAH group. You can join our UFAH group on Facebook and post your findings there and share it with the other UFAH group members. Back to Facebook. But these are some good posts that are up here. And here is one of my favorites, David Gannett. If I had to choose another father than my own father, it would be David Gannett. That has to be my dad, because I love David Gannett. He's such a great guy. He's a good anomaly hunter, and he put a lot of time into to his work. I hope I didn't offend my own dad. Sorry, Dad. It wasn't meant like that. Sounded funny though. Look at this picture here. I love it. Gigapan Forgotten Promise, David calls it. It's beautiful. It's really nice. There are some structures in it that are so clear to see that it's exactly like when you go to Egypt and see the hieroglyphs on the wall. I don't think these are hieroglyphs. To me, it doesn't look like hieroglyphs, but it looks like inscriptions. And I am aware of we are talking about something on another planet, far away. So the possibilities of writings being different other ways is pretty high. But it looks like some kind of inscriptions to me, and it is a really good picture by David Gannett. See what he says. There's a snapshot here, but it's not added as a link, but we can find it. We'll have a look at some of the other pictures he posted. Here's another great. Oh, I love this. I already love this picture. Ventilation shaft. And again, this is a Gigapan by Neville Thompson that this is from, and it's a great Gigapan. I remember seeing this one a long time ago. As it says, it's from the MSL 710 days in, so that's not even 2 years into to the vision, a year and a half and a little bit. I remember seeing that, and that is an astonishing find. I gotta give this one a love heart, because this is amazing. I remember talking about this one with the UFAH members years ago, and it was so clear to see, and it is so clear to see, sorry, this complete square frame integrated in this shaped object here. That's what we call an artificial created object, because nature don't create frames like that, and it does look exactly like a ventilation shaft. I've been working as a manager in a building supply store for 5 years. We have ventilations equipment, and I can only say it looks exactly like some of the ventilations outlets you could buy in the building supply store. So yeah, big time credit to David Gannett from that one. David has his own group called Mars X 3D. Go in there and visit him and give him some likes, because it's a really good group he's got going. And there's a lot of his work in there you can find in there as well. Here's another one that's the Krabby Patty, I think he calls it. Uh, it was shared on social media, and a lot of people called it the crab. And I'm not sure I necessarily agree to that it's a crab, but I can agree to it's an anomaly that can be seen on the gigapan, and it is an unusual color compared to the rest of the background. And yeah, I understand why people say it's a crab or something like that, but I don't think I agree to it being a crab, but I agree to it being an anomaly that's could do with some investigation into it. And I wish we had some better picture from Curiosity from that area we could look into, because I would love to look at this one. Could it be some kind of biological animal sitting there? The possibility is definitely there, but what kind of name can we put on it? It's a really good one, and it definitely gets a like from me. Here's another good one. Downed Antenna by David Gannett. And it definitely looks like it's something that shouldn't be there. What's going on in this picture here? This object here in itself looks like it's got a square frame to it, though it's broken open. Is that a lid to it lying on top of next to it? I don't know. And yeah, that object down there, is that a downed antenna? It looks like it. Yeah, I like his description of this one, definitely. So I am gonna give this picture a like and continue. That's definitely a good one. And we are back where we started from David Gannett's post here. Go in and give David Gannett a like in the UFA group on Facebook. And again, join us in the live chat here. We are live, and you're more than welcome to comment on it and tell us what you think we are looking at here. That's another video from Mars where I talk about the bolt and the profile that we saw in one of the first posts first. And thank you to Marty Green, loving these long live videos. Keep it up. Yeah, we love doing them. It's awesome, and thank you so much for that. Tell us what you think about the bolt on Mars and the profile, corner profile here. I would love to hear what you guys out there think, because this picture is going to be brought up again and again and again and again, because this is one of the pictures, the best quality pictures of evidence of ancient civilization on Mars. This is not a rock. This is not natural created. This is leftovers from a construction that once was, and it was a technological advanced construction. And as I said to the viewers in the beginning, the top one in the circular top here, the corner profile reminds me exactly of the concrete ceilings we made, and they were like 5x5 meters on each side, and had the same profile around the edge, and the profiles across on the panel in both directions, just like we see there. And I think that is a profile of some kind of ceiling or wall we are looking at here, where you actually still are able to see uh, that it is machine-made or man-made. It's not a natural object. And the same about the bolt. I don't think I need to say that nature don't create bolts and leave them around on Mars, because I think that is what we're looking at here. But that's a great post and a good video. I recommend you go in and look at it and give it a like if you want to. Here's another one from my collection of Amazing Mars, and that's a satellite image. And let me just get it up. That's a satellite image where you see something on the ground. Martin Green says definitely looks some boat or massive nail. Yeah, it definitely does, Martin. I think I'm pretty sure that was what we had up before. Yeah. Tell us what you think about this construction, as I call it, on the Martian surface. What I'm saying with this post is, if you go to Google Earth and look at Google Earth, you can tune into different years on the areas where you can see what it looked like 10 years and last years, and you can choose all the different image catalogs they have from the different years of the area. And some of them are a little bit more blurry than others, and some of them are really good. But when you look on Google Earth and look out on a countryside and find a farm that's partly covered in trees that are growing around the house, it would be exactly the same as what you're looking at here. This is the distance and the quality that you're looking at on Google Earth, except this is from Mars, and the resolution is a little bit lower, unless you go in and download the JP2 as I did here. When you look at the original picture, this one here is very hard to see, so you have to get the highest resolution to get these things out. Just like I've done in this picture. It is an amazing thing, and I do believe that it is a construction that we're looking at here. And the way it goes into the mount on the side is telling me that it's continuing in this 90-degree angle it have here is definitely looks like what I call an industrial farm building size of that, when you have either cows or calves or pigs or whatever you have of animals, but in industrial size, like long stables, where this is the size of Anomaly we're looking at here. And I have compared it to Google Earth also. I'm sorry I don't have that in this picture, and you see exactly the same. It looks exactly the same. So I think we are looking at something extraordinary here, because this one here definitely sticks out, doesn't fit in with the rest of the surrounding, and there's a lot of structures to it on top here also, where you can see like the plateau here has been smoothed out, like, and then there are square objects on top of the plateau, and all these rocks all look like they have 90-degree angles all the way around, or like carved around, and you still see the plateau is still standing on is smooth and flat. That's the dark area you're looking at. So yeah, there is so much more to it in this satellite image, and I would wish we could get even better quality images, but I think it's gonna be a little while before we get that. But that's a good one. Go in, and there is a link to the UAHighrise.org where it is, and it is a big satellite image. So I'm not going to click on that one, because I'll have to spend a little while to find the anomaly again, because you can't save snapshots on the UAHighrise like you can on Gigapan. So you have to know exactly where on the map there is. So when you use the same high-rise map like 10,000 times in a row, you remember where the anomaly just about is. Let's go back to Facebook here, and we are still scrolling down. And here we have David Gannett again, and he has posted a nice post here of an anomaly called Chanel Slice. This is definitely not natural. It looks like something on that have legs underneath tilted over on its sides. It looks like it's designed to contain fluid in it, and it's even like they have an overflow, where if it fluid comes over the edge, it will run out on this part and down here and not everywhere else. It looks like some kind of mini bathtub tipped over. Not saying it is. Um, I do not have a gigapan. There's a manual gigapan we can type in. We are not going to do that today, but I would love to dig into this one also and have a look at it again. And it's from the same gigapan as the last post we saw from David Gannett, MSL 710, which is about 2 years into its journey on Mars. But definitely it looks artificial, and it does look like it's tipped on its side. Thank you to David Gannett for that one. That's a great one. We have another one here that also looks interesting. Look at all these round. What are we looking at? Round edges here. It's not really natural to look at. It's a great catch, and it makes you think, what are we looking at? But saying that, I'm looking at the background, and I'm looking at this block over here that looks very, very interesting and artificial shape. You can see these 90-degree angles again, like creating a leg or two. What are we looking at here? Great post by David Gannett, and the great picture. Let's see what's next. Yeah, these are one of them I really, really love. And again, you can see something in the background that looks like a construction, and I am right away thinking that looks like something World War II bunker or something. That would be my first thought. From 1970s, and grown up with the leftovers of World War II bunkers. We have them where I come from as well. It definitely looks like some kind of bunker facility. That's a really, really, really great catch. David is calling it bunker and turret, and I understand exactly why he calls it that. I gotta give David a love heart for that one, because that's a really, really great post he have there. Here's another great rock, and that's from Curiosity rover also, and it's 107th to 109th day. That means it's a gigapan that's been stitched together over 2 days of taking images. That's a really, really strange surface or structure to it. I'll definitely give that a like. What are we looking at? Picasso's turtle. Is it? I see what he means with turtle, but is it something that's petrified? And if it is, what would that look like if we remove that rock lying on top? Is it some kind of petrified animal we're looking at? Uh, what I know so far is that we don't know what's really up there, so the possibility of it could be anything is there. I wouldn't limit my mind to believe that it's similar to Earth or everything is like on Earth. I would believe if we go somewhere else, just like if you go to England where I am, we have species of animals that wouldn't be living in Africa, Sahara, and they wouldn't be living in Australia either. If you go to South America, there are species that you don't have on Greenland or in Europe. I do believe that it's the same in a interplanetary way. We have species of animals and beings that we don't really know what is or look like. So I wouldn't deny that it could be a fossil of a kind. It's definitely a good one. And that was the first one we looked at here from David's post. That I love this one, David. That's a really great catch you have done there. Go to the UFAH group and give David Gannett a like for his post, because I think it's great. And Martin is saying, looks like a foot trapped by a rock. Yeah, you are right about that. It actually does. Let's just take it up again. Thank you for that comment. When you see it on the other side, yeah, that was and here we go again. Everybody looks at it in different perspective. Everybody does. And I was looking at this area up here. I did notice what looks like rocks over here. I was looking at this area up here, and my brain was trying to tell me it looks like some kind of an animal face. Now I'm looking at it, like after you said that, I see clearly what you mean. It looked like there is 4 toes here, and I actually think we had that picture up some years ago. Now it's slowly coming back to my mind, yeah, with the foot. It is a great catch, and yeah, it does look like a foot trapped underneath the rock. That's Well done, Marty Green. And here we've got the bolt again. It's a very popular subject. And we got a YouTube video that's posted that I have posted to UFAH group also, Amazing Mars. I will recommend you to go in and use it. It does feature some of the pictures of my own research. Go in and have a look at it. You can find it all on the UFAH group on Facebook. Come in and join us. And again, David Gannett has shared a post. Let's have a look at it. Chain. Is it a chain we're looking at? I see a comment in the comment box saying a chain, and seeing that comment box make me think automatically, yeah, there could be something similar to that we are looking at here. But wouldn't it be a very tiny chain? I mean, the object, you can see it down here in the bottom, is very, very small. So if it's is it a chain, or could it be like we have steel wires you can bend, you have steel wires you can bend. Could it be a steel wire or something else material? It's a good question. It's a really good question. I'm definitely gonna give David Gannett a like for that one. What are we looking at? And again, if you look up here on top, it looks strange and odd, and you got a 90-degree cut in here. Not saying it's not natural, but I can't help noticing those 90-degree angles we have everywhere on Mars, where I don't think they are supposed to be. Say it that way. And here's another one. And I think that one was I saw that one, and I think it was Bob Friedman. I saw, yes, for Bob Friedman and Sarah Runchi. And later I found out it has been posted by others as well, but I'll definitely credit them, people that have posted it on social medias. And it's hard sometimes to know who has found what or posted first, so therefore I've chosen in all future to credit the one who have shared it on the social media instead. I'm no longer looking for those who find it first. I'm looking for those who want to share it. But when that's said, it's there's a little thing about credit we can talk about also. There are people out there that will remove your name from the picture and put their own in, and that's a shame. So put your name on the pictures, and as I said earlier, keep sharing, keep researching, keep looking. This one here definitely shows something protruding off the ground, and again it creates a shadow, and the shadow is right, it's there. And if you look at the other objects around, you see that the shadow is going the right way. You got the sun coming from the bottom left, as you can see on the shadow, and the same is the case on the other rocks around. So the shadow is there. The shadow is confirming that there's an upright standing object, but this upright standing object would probably be only a few centimeters tall. It's a really good catch, because look at the rocks. It don't look like part of a rock. And if it was a rock, no, I don't believe it. That's something else we're looking at, and I can't explain what we're looking at, but I can ask you guys out there what you guys think we're looking at. I think this is evidence of stuff still being up there, covered in the sand, and something is slowly being released for its cover in the sand. The sand has been blown away. We will see things coming up just like we do when we go to Sahara or Egypt, and you will see things actually popping out of the sand, like when we found the swings. Only the head was visible, the rest was buried, and we will be able to find anomalies like this. This is a good one. And here we are again with Laszlo. Posted a good one. Let's have a look at the picture. What are we looking at here? Is that a rock? Is that the edge of a rock? or is it a kind of a tool lying there? It's a really good one, and again, Laszlo has put a gigapan up, so let's have a look at the gigapan and have a look at it for ourselves. Thank you for sharing that. Gotta get it up in full screen, and here is the object that we're looking at. Here I see what he means. But I must say to this one, I do believe it's a rock that's with sand on top. We're looking at the side of it, but yeah, definitely good eye for things that are standing out. Definitely. This picture, I think that was Curiosity Row, Perseverance Row. I was surprised here from its day number 449 on Mars. But that's a good one, and it's well spotted, and it could be something else that we don't know what it is yet. Earlier today, I mentioned pipes and tubes sticking up of the ground in one of Laszlo's earlier posts in the group. And I said we have other pictures, and here's a good example of the other pictures. You see these two pipes, tubes, whatever they are, metal, I don't know what it is, cable, coming off one side of the ground and going down into the ground again. It's an amazing picture. You can see it up here in real size, and I've enlarged this one 200% to make it a little bit more clear, and I could make it bigger, but it would be too blurry, so this is where I choose to stop enlarging, because this is probably the best view we're getting of it. Nothing is done to the picture instead putting a magnifier over the anomaly. We haven't added color or edited or anything to it. We take the raw picture that we have from the gigapan, and that's what we use. I like to take you to the snapshot, and it is from Perseverance rover. Here we go. These are the two tubes or pipes that we were looking at before, and it's there. It's so clear to see it's there, and the area where those two pipes is like, there's a square frame here. If you notice, it looks like a foundation for something that stood here, and you can definitely see the frame I'm talking about. It's made in bricks. You can see the bricks, 1 2 3 4 5 bricks, and that side is visible. But what are these cables coming out of the ground and going into again? There's a big block here that again looks like it's got a clear edge on one side, and it looks broken up on another side, and it's just next to these two pipes. So what could we be looking at? This is a really good one. And again, you can find this post on the UFAH group on Facebook. Join us all there, and you can share your own findings. I've got to take you back to Facebook again. Whoop. I think it just jumped a little bit here. Here's another one. Here's another one that I did a little while ago. Notice up where those two arrows are. You got these like shaped hole, cone, like with a flat top on. But the same over here, but on the left side, and this is what I'm showing in the enlarged image, it looks like there is a slab of a kind of rock on top of it, actually lying there as a cover, and you can see there is a kind of something going along inside the hole. Is that to keep the cover in place? And in some case, would an object like this size we're looking at down here fit into that hole you got here? It actually looks like it. Just the way that the rocks are shaped and fitted into each other, makes me think this is everything but natural. I think it's a really good gigapan, and I want to show you the gigapan as well. This is the area we were looking at here. Notice up on top, it looks like there's a layer peeled off, like like a tin can when you have peeled a layer off, and there is an opening up here also. Notice all these rectangular shape, trapeze shape, I think it's called. This is something that has been standing for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I am not sure about the size of it, but I know it ain't huge. It's not like mega-sized megalithic object, but I know it's there, and you can see it on the Curiosity, and I think it's a ChemCam image of a site of a mount where these strange shapes forms and appear. But before we go to we're gonna end this live stream, I want to take you to a Facebook page, because there's one post in there that I would love to share with you. So I'm gonna find, let's see, where are we at here? Here we got the UFAH page, and I'm just gonna scroll down here, because we have a lot of members in the UFAH members that are actually anomaly hunters that has created the UFAH organization, and they are posting on our page as well, so we as an organization can collect all our work together in one place. And the UFAH page is where you see the members that created UFAH are in. And I want to find a post that is a little bit down the wall. Here it is, from Miss Adrasic. And I think it's an amazing post to end this live stream with. This is a curiosity image, and it shows us what to me looks like constructions, and it's seen a bit in the distance. I have been on the Gigapans before I went live today to check it out further, because we ain't got a snapshot link to it, so I created one so we can find it again easy. Let's see if we can get it working. And of course the snapshot don't work now, that's just great. But we'll find it. It's on the right side of the it's right up here. You see this area, guys? I have one thing to say, that's wow. Wow. Let me take you over to here. Look how the whole surface is like smoothed out in terraces. Is like you have steps. It looks to me like definitely like you got some buildings on top. You got a square plateau. You can even see the 90-degree angle corner on top of this mount. Look at this one here where my mouse is. You got a 90-degree corner. That's the platform. That platform is smooth on the top. Smooth on the top. You can see objects on that smooth top. It's not like you see a rock that's crumbled and different shapes on top. This is smoothed out on top. There's another object on top again that has a smooth top on it, and it definitely reminds me of the ancient constructions, Pumapunku, New Mexico, Bolivia, Peru, in South America. This is an amazing gigapan. And if you look to the side of it, it keeps on going, because you got so much going on in this gigapan. There's a round like basin, like a container, like object, what's in it and how did it end up that shape there. But the interesting part is definitely the top of here. You can see there's like walkways, roads, all the way around that smooth it out, and you can even get up to the top. There's a little like it looks like it got a stairway up here, to be honest. I think what we are looking at here in the distance, and I'm going to take it out in the distance again, could be part of something bigger. But then again, and this is where it becomes tricky, and where I kind of shoot myself in the foot. You can see the rover in the background. You can see the size of it, and I don't think we are further away than 100 meters from this object. So again, when you think of all those doorways being found that is no less than 50 centimeters tall, and some of all the other anomalies that are very, very small, this one fits perfectly into the theory that everything is not the same size as on Earth, but it definitely looks like an ancient construction, like we see it from Teotihuacan or Peru, or some of all them ancient places. Thank you to Mr. Drasic for posting that on our page. This is really intriguing, and I can't wait to spend even more time digging into it. Just look at this one here. It's so clear to see. You still have walls standing here. There are what looks like construction buildings, construction walls, and they're totally smooth on top. These walls, they're still standing. This is an amazing gigapan. And with that gigapan today, I'm gonna end our live. We'll be back soon again with more live from Mars, from the Earth, more live from Facebook, where we see what's going on in the different groups. Come and subscribe to us on Facebook. We have the UFAH page, and we have the UFAH groups, as you can see here. And if you want to follow me and see what I am doing, you can go to my profile. This is the one you're looking at here, Thomas Mike Skrøder Jensen, where you can see all the lives I've done and all the images I posted. And there is a lot of good images to go through. Here's a really good one before we end the live stream. I'm going to take this up by Rami Bar Ilan. And this perfectly illustrates what I was talking about the other day about covering objects up with rock plaster. You definitely see something kind that looks metallic, a frame like a triangular shaped frame underneath that rock, and it looks like when they created it they ran out of foam, rock foam or rock spray. I don't know what to call it, but it definitely supports the theory that most of what we look on Mars are plastered over with a substance that looks like rocks and make it feel like a rock. And I think there's so much more to it than we have been told of, and that's why I want you to become an anomaly hunter together with the rest of us in UFAH and start sharing your findings from the universe and our Earth. With these words, I'll say thank you for joining us today. It has been great. I'm not even sure how long time we've been live, probably a good 1.5 hours. Until we see us again, take care. Oh, and I forgot the usual. Remember to subscribe to us on SpaceLink TV also, where we are broadcasting this from. Click on subscribe and get notification. And give us a like in there and share our videos so we can get some of all these anomalies out. So come join us on UFAH on Facebook. Share your anomaly with us and become a part of our team. Thank you for watching, and until we see us again.